In today's Farm Report, the Precision Dairy Conference is coming up in June in Mankato. Emily Wilmus with the University of Minnesota Extension Service Office has more.
Registration is now open for the 2015 Precision Dairy Conference. This exciting event will be held at the Mayo Civic Center in Rochester, Minnesota on June 24th and 25th. The program will include dairy producer showcase sessions, mini industry updates, and 3 plenary talks that will summarize practical precision dairy management information. The trade show will be an opportunity to see firsthand what companies have to offer in the growing field of precision technologies and equipment. This event is designed for dairy producers and practical applications, rather than focusing on presentation of research data. In one place, you will be able to virtually visit various farms and see how they are using precision dairy technologies. The program for the 2015 Precision Dairy Conference and Expo is a partnership between the University of Minnesota and the University of Kentucky, along with key industry sponsors. The preliminary program includes Dr. Henk Hoogeveen with the Netherlands, who will give an update on precision dairy in Europe. Other topics include various new and exciting cow sensors, automated calf feeders, robotic milking, smart barns, methane measurement, automated body condition scoring, real-time cow localization, milk composition and quality sensors, and more. There will also be producer showcase sessions, which include the most automated dairy barn in the U.S. today, a new automated calf feeder barn with a feeder that can feed 4 calves at the same time, and the effective use of inline parlor sensors by a dairy in California. There will even be more exciting opportunities added to the agenda, so stay tuned and register today. For more information about the 2015 Precision Dairy Conference and Expo, visit www.precisiondairyfarming.com/2015 or call me at the Stearns County Extension Office at 320-255-6169. This is Emily Wilmus with University of Minnesota Extension.
So far in this avian influenza outbreak, it's been mainly turkey flocks affected. All combined, farms in Minnesota, North and South Dakota, Missouri, Kansas, and Arkansas have lost well over 1 million turkeys. Why mostly turkeys? The Agriculture Department's Chief Veterinarian John Clifford told us that, according to research done by USDA scientists,
this particular virus, this H5N2, has shown to be a lot more deadly in turkeys. You reach mortality close to 100%. They're very susceptible to this virus, where chickens may have a little more resistance to it. Their mortality rate is still high if they get it, like 60%.
And the transmission of the virus bird to bird is different. Clifford says this virus doesn't seem to spread from chicken to chicken
as easily as it would be from turkey to turkey.
But he says it doesn't seem to take long for one strain of the bird flu virus to mutate into another strain. Gary Crawford for the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Washington.
Disease prevention is important, especially when the warm weather strikes. Emily Wilmus with the University of Minnesota Extension Service Office shares some tips on how to control flies and slow down disease.
As the weather heats up and gets wetter, flies will become more prevalent. Flies present a whole host of issues to livestock producers, including pink eye, caused by face flies spreading the causative agent Moraxella bovis. Specifically for beef producers, pink eye can cause reductions in weaning weights of as much as 17 to 65 pounds per animal. Once pink eye begins to spread through a herd, it's very difficult to contain and control. So, what can be done to prevent it? The first step in prevention is to control the flies. There are several options for fly control, including fly tags, pour-ons, sprays, dust bags, and back rubbers. Fly tags perform best when administered at the proper time. Unfortunately, this usually means cattle must be brought in for the sole purpose of administering the fly tags. Often, tags are administered as much as 60 days prior to fly season, which can compromise the tag's efficacy. Fly tags are more effective in cows than calves, but tagging both is best. In addition to fly control, there are several pink eye vaccines that may help. As always, consult your veterinarian about the vaccine options and proper timing for administering them. Many of these vaccines require a booster dose for greater efficacy, which could actually work to your advantage. Since calves must be brought in for a second dose of vaccine, fly takes can also be administered at the time closer to the start of fly season. Even with the best prevention methods, pink eye may still make its way into your herd. Proper treatment is necessary to ensure full recovery. Generally, a long-acting oxytetracycline antibiotic is very effective. If there is resistance, your veterinarian may need to conduct a culture to determine which antibiotic the bacteria is sensitive to. Another key component to treating pink eye is protecting the eye from sunlight, which is just as important as the antibiotic. Because ultraviolet rays can activate enzymes that cause more damage to the eye when the eye is infected, eye patches are very effective in protecting the eyes from sunlight. For severe pink eye, consider having your veterinarian suture the eyelids shut to protect the eye from light. Pasture management is another component of pink eye control. Grass that is headed out can irritate eyes, causing them to tear and thus attracting face flies. Keeping pastures trimmed can reduce this irritation. The best way to deal with pink eye is to get ahead of it and stay ahead of it. Do this by using a broad-based approach that includes fly control, vaccination, and pasture management. Consult with your veterinarian to develop a program tailored to your operation. This is Emily Wilmus with University of Minnesota Extension.
The government's renewable fuel standard was put in place to help get the fledgling ethanol industry going, but there are some who now want the RFS gone.
I think we will continue it for a while.
Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack telling an audience at Yale University Tuesday that no matter what happens to the RFS, the U.S. biofuels industry is poised for growth, first because strides are being made in producing so-called advanced biofuels from things other than corn.
And that's going to move away from this issue of whether we're sacrificing food or feed for fuel. I don't think we are doing that based on the increased productivity, but that issue will end.
Also, the arguments that ethanol plants are wasteful, damaging to the environment are now being proved wrong.
The most recent research shows that they are more efficient, better on greenhouse gases than oil production. That's a benefit.
Also, the market for biofuels is growing, government subsidies shrinking.
And over time, it won't be subsidized at all because the market will be able to create new opportunities.
The U.S. Navy, for example, looking at some point to rely almost entirely on homegrown biofuels. Gary Crawford for the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Washington.